the blank. And again, enjoy today's show. And don't forget to comment and share today's live broadcast. Okay.
All right.
And with that being said, we're going to welcome our guest, Rebecca Cruz, to the Twins of Media Live.
Hey, Rebecca.
Good morning. How are you, Trisha and Tasha?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Did you know Trisha is my mother-in-law's name?
Wow. She's I think, right?
Yeah, she is. And my one of my older daughters has her middle name, so she's Azriel Patricia.
Oh, very pretty. I like that.
We usually sometimes it's really fun because normally we'll have somebody that has the name Tasha, so it's good to kind of switch it up a bit with the name Trisha.
Yeah, switch it up a bit, and you look fabulous
yes,
as well.
You do beautiful. You look
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Very radiant.
Well,
yeah.
I got my hair curled just for you.
Oh, special. We feel special. Thank you so much. Rebecca Cruz, many know you as the wife of actor and television host Terry Crews, but you've got this fabulous career of your own with an upcoming album titled Reaching for the Top. What can we expect to hear from this upcoming album?
Wow, it's just a collection of songs I wrote about all the crap women go through in life. You know, a lot of sad songs, a couple happy songs. Reaching for the Top is a single I just released that's about pursuing your dreams and not giving up on your dreams in spite of obstacles. And so released that, and we released a song called What You Want to Do, which is just a little love jam, you know, telling the men to get home on time and don't miss dinner. If they don't want to miss dessert, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, just a little something I wrote for all of us that have ever prepared everything and then sitting there waiting on hubby, you know what I mean? And there are some sad songs, you know, we go through heartbreak and we go through loss.
Yeah.
And as a songwriter, you just write about all of that. You pour your heart out. And my hope with this album is just that the sisters will relate, you know, that you've gone through it. You'll know as you listen to the song that you're not the only one in the world who's gone through it, and that we're in this together and you're not alone. God is with you. You can heal. So I pray that healing comes out of there.
Yes.
Experience with my music. But sometimes I'm just letting it out and just telling it how it is.
Which is a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Definitely a good thing.
Right. Yeah. Now, Rebecca, what made you decide to perform under the stage name Regina Madre, which means Queen Mother? Tell us more about that.
Well, I released some music under my own name and I did some performing, but I found that people were so prejudicial. It's very hard. It's very hard for people to see you in another light. And many other artists have had that experience. Donald Glover, Gabby Wilson, and they both found that they had to invent a persona and maybe hide behind it for a while so people could just judge the music on its own. With Gabby, she'd been a child star, and so her transition into adulthood, people found it hard to see her that way. And so she said, well, you know, let's just put the music out. You don't know it's me. And she found her audience, and Donald Glover did the same. And I just think that, well, and it worked for me because I was having trouble getting radio. Yeah. So I put out these 2 songs, I Keep Holding On and Destiny. And not even the radio promoter, the guy I hired, did not know it was me.
Wow.
So I utilized the manager to call him and say, hey, I got this artist. Will you play her songs? And they're like, oh, this is hot. We love it. We love it. Well, they thought I was like some 25-year-old from Gary, Indiana.
Go, Rebecca.
And I got radio play on that single. And then after that did well, then I kind of came out of the closet. And with this last single, What You Want to Do, I charted in the top 40 on the R&B media-based chart. So, you know, people like, that's Terry Crews' wife? I didn't know that, you know, but good. I'm glad. I don't care if you know that. If you like the song, play the song, you know.
And that's good that you did that, because a lot of times people do have that kind of challenge when there's somebody else in the mix that's famous. But tell us more about, I believe you have a 90s inspired music video that also stars your husband. So tell us more about what's happening with that.
That's really fun. It's actually a little more of an ode to the late 70s and the
Yeah.
early 80s. I was a little roller disco queen back in my hometown. We had a skating rink called Screamin' Wheels,
Oh,
and I went to Screamin' Wheels every Saturday night for 5 years. I would skate until my feet were sore, and then we'd all take our skates off and go dance in the disco and get down to Rick James and the Gap Band and
wow.
Cameo, and
Yeah.
it's just an era that I loved. And I had that hairdo. I had that 70s flip, blowing through the wind when I skate
Right.
by on my white roller skates, hey,
Yeah.
hoping the cute boy with the
Great.
afro will
Yeah.
skate by, and then the fun thing to do was to pretend you're gonna fall and the little boy come by like, oh baby,
Mhm.
you okay? Yes, I'm okay. Will you hold me up, please?
Ah,
You know how we play.
yes. How
So
cute.
I just wanted the song. When I wrote the song, I I knew it would have a groove, but I wasn't quite sure what type of groove it would have.
Yeah.
And as we messed around with it, we felt like it had a roller skating vibe. So that was the inspiration for the video.
Love it. Love it. Love
Yeah,
it.
love it.
Nothing like the 70s.
Right, right.
Yes.
We're going to switch gears a bit, Rebecca, and talk about health. Now, you've been vocal about being diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. I think actually last year you found the lump.
I actually did not feel the lump at all.
Wow.
I went in for what we call a routine annual physical.
Okay.
And I had a history. I had a lump removed about 12 years prior that was not cancer, but was suspicious, you
Mm.
know. So I always would get a mammogram and ultrasound. And I had just gotten behind where
Yeah.
I'd skipped a year. And I just kept feeling an urgency in my spirit. God will talk to you.
Yeah.
And there was this something kept telling me, go check everything, go check everything, go check everything. And they did not see it on the ultrasound. I did not feel the lump. No, take that back. They did not see it on the mammogram. But I told them because of my history, I'm supposed to always have an ultrasound, which is how they caught the first one. And sure enough, they found it on the ultrasound. So
Wow.
I'm thankful that I pressed, and I'm laying there with my boobie out. I'm like, I'm supposed to have an ultrasound. You better find that fax because I know
Yeah.
they sent
Right.
one. And sure enough,
Yeah.
they found it. It was like sitting in another pile. And right away, they called me maybe a few days later and let me know. And I felt like God said to me, Rebecca, just do whatever they tell you. Be radical.
Yeah.
Don't scoop it out, cut the whole thing off. Just go for it and rebuild
Wow.
it. You will have the technology, you will be stronger. I was like the $6 million
Yeah.
woman. So
Yeah.
I said I have bionic boobies. That's all.
Bionic boobies.
And we do want to mention you're now cancer free. We want to make sure that we do this.
Yes.
Yay for that. And God is good. So tell us today, what are you doing to maintain your health after that?
Oh, praying hard, to be honest. I go to my oncologist every 4 months and she checks my blood. So my last checkup, my blood work was clear.
Okay.
Given the fact that my tumor was isolated to my breast tissue, nothing spread to the lymph node. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing spread beyond that area. I did not go through chemotherapy. There is a little pill they like you to take, but because I'm like in the middle of menopause, I've abstained from that pill. But I'm
Okay.
almost done. I might by January I might be officially done, and then I can take the pill, and I won't really have as many of the side effects.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am in prayer, and I try to eat right. I still have some Starbucks now and then, and
We're human. We're human, so why not, right? You have to have cheat days.
right,
Yeah,
yes.
days for sure.
Yes. Rebecca, you were, your family is very important to you. You supported your husband throughout his NFL career, his acting career, and then now you're doing your thing, but you also raise children. And so what advice do you have for women that decide to start a new career after taking care of their family for some years?
Wow. This is a big question because a lot can be said about not giving up on your dreams,
Yeah.
right? So I do think sometimes you have to reinvent yourself. Like, okay, maybe you wanted to play in the NBA, but now you're 50.
Yeah.
But what could you do that connects you to sports?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. That's good.
I'm not having delusions that I'm going to be Beyonce at 55.
Yeah.
But can I have a music career and build fans and have people that love my music? Certainly.
Yes.
Can I go on the road for 2 years? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I think that I can make the contribution.
Yeah.
I just say, and follow God, because
Mhm.
He's put things in my heart that I didn't even believe I could do.
Wow.
You see what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm designing and creating, my husband's making furniture. I'm working out and staying in shape, and I'm hoping to do some acting, and I'm hoping to do, I wrote a book. That was a dream I've had for my whole life, was to be an author. So God really is the giver of dreams. And I think you just have to stay true to what's inside you. When you hit that stage in life that it's your season, then don't wait for anyone else to go with you. Don't wait to be told that it's okay. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just, act on your own faith, and take baby steps. You're not going to climb the mountain in one day. You're not going to make it over the hill in one day. And little by little, I've had accomplishments that I'm proud of. I'm very proud of. And I want to work until I leave the planet to inspire other people, and give back something of what I've been given. There's a lot to be thankful for.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I want to say to you women who are bogged down in diapers and work and housework, or however you might feel a little bit trapped, those kids are going to leave.
Yeah.
And you will have the time to say, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
And go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Just really, really go for it. And don't let anybody tell you, oh, girl, blah, blah, blah. Forget all that.
Yeah, go for it. I love, Rebecca, I like the fact that you said God is the giver of dreams. I'm going to use that. I really like that. Yeah. And before you go, Rebecca, I want to get your thoughts on this thing called the cancel culture. I myself think it's just another way of judging people, another word for judging folks. Yeah. You and your husband are such a well-known couple in Hollywood. Yeah. How do you both kind of stay away from that cancel culture, and how do you handle the backlash from media and also on social media itself?
Well, one thing about social media is that people will take one tweet or one comment and not look at the history of what you believe and what you say and how you've expressed yourself, and they'll run to the moon with that. So for one, you have to know what you stand for and who you are and in whom you believe, and not back down from what's real.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we maybe say things in a way that it hurts other people's feelings, but that wasn't the intention. Yeah. So sometimes you have to say, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't word that right, but my heart is that I'm about this, or I'm about unity, or I'm about righteousness, because something too that's important, that as a believer, you will take some stones. Things that you believe are not always popular, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
If you're going to say that all men are created equal, but then you're going to treat me bad because of my color.
Yeah.
Well, are you wrong?
Yeah.
Period. Because of your color or your race or your religion.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to say, hey, don't mistreat my little brown boy while he's out driving in his new car.
Yeah.
Well, on the same token, I'm a pale looking half white woman. I walk in a restaurant that's like African American owned, and the waitress is mean to me.
Oh,
because she just thinks I'm some white lady, and she's like unkind to me based on her own past experience or her own. And I believe God would have us not reverse that curse either.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't get where those fears come from, but he has asked us to not judge, and he's asked us to believe the best, to give people the benefit of the doubt, and to walk in that love that Christ had for all people.
Yeah. We love that. Yeah, we love that answer. And we love the fact that you are so vocal about speaking out about faith in God. You know, it's something that some people shy away from, especially in Hollywood. And so we know that we are not able to do anything without him. So we thank you for sharing that side of yourself with us today.
Yes.
Oh.
And Rebecca, we like to take care of our guests that are on the Twins of Media Live, and so we ask a very simple question, and a lot of times we type LOL in a text message, a direct message, whatever type of message, right? But we like to ask our guests, when is the last time that you literally laughed out loud, something that just really tickled you, because laughter is good for the soul. So when's the last time you laughed out loud?
I would say the last time I laughed out loud, I fell flat faced on my. I was tromping through the house in my new little summer flip flops, and you know how the tip of the sandal can sometimes get stuck on the floor, and flip over. I went down like pow.
Oh my God!
I hit the floor because I'm walking all fast trying to do what I do, and I said bam. And I laid there and laughed out loud. I said, "That's what you get running all around trying to be in a hurry." Oh my God! I laughed, and it's like I just heard Lord say, "Just get up, girl. You got somewhere to go. Get up." I laid hands on my little knees. Oh, in Jesus' name, heal me.
Yes. Rebecca, was there anybody else around, like family?
No, just my assistant was downstairs. I said, "Did you hear me fall?" She said, "No." I said, "I don't know how you did," because I said, "Kapow!"
Yes, pretty loud. Love it. You're such a wonderful spirit, Rebecca. For your music, again, it's upcoming for the summer. So, can you give us? Is there a release date? What can you tell us about this upcoming music?
Well, "Reaching for the Top," the single, that's the disco single.
Yeah,
that just dropped on all streaming platforms, so you can get that under the name Regina Madre.
Regina Madre.
Reaching for the Top. Be sure to add me, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on Pandora. I'm there now.
Yeah.
And add me to your playlist on Spotify and Apple. And I've got a single out, "Never Be the Same," and another single, "What You Want to Do." The album with 7 more songs will drop about the 20th of June. I'm doing some final mixing on a couple little things. You know how you listen and go, couple little tweaks. So we're shooting for June 20th to drop the album.
Oh, wonderful.
How exciting.
Well, we'll definitely be in support of that. So on June 20th, we're going to be right there with you, releasing our information as well to go along with the release of your album. And again, you're such a wonderful spirit. You must come back and visit with us. Anything that you have happening, new music, acting, because we know you want to get into acting. So please come back and talk to the Twins of Media. Tell Terry and your family that we said hello. And yeah, it's been a really good time.
Thank you so much, ladies. It's my pleasure.
Yes. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day.